Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. It's time for a heavyweight clash that might just test the structural integrity of the octagon. And if you're the UFC's canvas guy, you better bring extra Velcro because these two are about to put a crater in that mat. We've got Serghei Polar Bear Spivac taking on Waldo Salsa Boy Cortes-Acosta, a nickname that feels like a fever dream and a salsa commercial all at once. Let's dive in. Let's start with the polar bear himself, Serghei Spivac, the minus 130 favorite rocking a record of 17-5 in a style that screams, "Please stop standing and come wrestle me." This man is a grappling specialist in a division full of men who think sprawl and brawl is an entire game plan. Spivac doesn't want to strike. He wants to hug you, lift you up like a toddler, and then plant you into the earth like he's sowing potatoes. He's got a 65% takedown accuracy, which is high for a heavyweight and downright ridiculous when you consider most heavyweights have the cardio of a malfunctioning Roomba. Once he's on top, it's ground and pound from Moldova with love. 8 submissions, a bunch of TKOs via mauling, and a top game that's heavier than your cousin's failed pyramid scheme. And his control is no joke either. He's like a weighted blanket that wants to arm triangle you. Now let's be honest, Spivac's striking, it's improved, sure, but it's still very much, "Please don't punch me while I shoot for a takedown." His stand-up is mostly there to distract you while he changes levels. And he's been knocked out 4 times, which is never a good sign, especially in a division where getting hit is part of the handshake. But credit where it's due, his takedown defense is decent, and he does work to get back up when he's on the bottom. He's not just lying there hoping Bruce Buffer calls it early. Now let's salsa on over to Waldo Salsa Boy Cortes-Acosta, who is coming in hot like a Cuban sandwich out the oven. He's a plus 130 dog with a 13-1 record and some of the fastest hands in the heavyweight division. That's not an exaggeration. This guy throws like he's late for a wedding toast. Waldo's boxing is crisp. His combos come quick. He mixes it up to the head and body, and while he doesn't hit like Ngannou, he hits with enough speed and snap to cause problems. He's like the guy who doesn't knock you out clean, but suddenly you're sitting on a stool wondering how your kids got to cage side. He's riding a 4-fight win streak, and his last fight absolutely melted Ryan Spann. And yeah, I know Spann usually fights at light heavyweight, but still, Waldo put hands on him like he owed him rent. But here's the thing. His wrestling defense is still a mystery wrapped in bravado. Sure, he's stuffed a few attempts in the UFC, but he hasn't had a full-on grappling exam yet. And when Marcos Rogerio de Lima did go full double-leg mode, Waldo got planted and controlled for a while. Yes, he had a banged-up leg, but his get-up game looked more like a "let me just hang out here for a bit" game. So who wins? We've got a classic striker versus grappler chess match, only this is heavyweight chess. So instead of pawns, we have refrigerators throwing hooks and suplexes. If Waldo keeps it standing, his hands are going to be a nightmare for Spivac. He's faster, smoother, and has the cleaner technique by a mile. But Spivac has the 3rd most takedowns in UFC heavyweight history, and the best takedown accuracy ever in the division. That's like being the only guy in a pie-eating contest who brought a fork. He doesn't need to strike better than Waldo, he just needs to get him down once, or twice, or 9 times. And the moment he does, Waldo is suddenly Salsa Boy in quicksand. Official pick, Serghei Spivac by submission. I think Spivac weathers the early storm, grabs a leg, and drags Salsa Boy into the depths of grappling despair. He's too experienced, too heavy on top, and too good at sticking to his strengths. Waldo's hands are fast, but Spivac is going to test those hips like a chiropractor at a powerlifting meet. Expect Salsa Boy to look great early, and then look up at the lights wondering where all the air went. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.